Hey, boys.
What's up, Hodge?
Hodge.
What's going on, fellas? How are we doing?
Bad.
Doing good.
Good. So, we're here on a Zoom call today. We got two members of the Queens Gaels men's hockey team who was on the team last year, and that's me in the bottom left corner. We got Ryan Cranford. Ryan wore number 12 for the Queens men's Gaels last year. And before that, Ryan had a 4-year OHL career with the Kingston Frontenacs. Ryan, what's going on?
What's going on, Hodge? Good to see all the boys again. Excited to get some new faces next year for the Queens Gaels.
Yeah, so those new faces, on the top left-hand side, we got Jakob Paquette. Jakob's a new recruit to the men's hockey team. Jakob played for the Niagara Ice Dogs and the Peterborough Petes last year, and before that, he joined the rest of us with the Kingston Frontenacs for 3 or 4 years before that. Pac, how are we doing?
Doing good, Hachi.
Good, man. Another fun fact about Pax is Pax is actually drafted by the Nashville Predators, the NHL. So we're excited to add another NHL draftee to our hockey team next year, joining a few others that we already got. And then on the bottom right corner of the screen, we got Jakob Brahaney. Brats, how we doing?
Good, Hodge.
Good, man. So Brat's played a long 5-year OHL career with the Frontenacs. He also was lucky enough to attend the Vancouver Canucks rookie camp. So I'm sure he's got some cool stories about that. But and Bratz is also going to be joining us with the Queens men's hockey team next year. So Cranny and I are excited to welcome a few of our former teammates to our team next year, and we're just going to go through some questions, talk about the glory days, talk about what we're doing these days, and talking about the future with the Queens men's Gaels. So I guess I'll throw it over to Cranny right now. Cranny, what have you been up to lately, and what are you doing this summer to stay in shape and stay busy?
Still in Kingston. Gonna be staying here all summer. I'm working for Gibby actually out in retirement home out in Amherstview. Staying busy doing that, doing some landscaping outside, getting a good workout. But no, I'm here with one of my other roommates, Ty Nother, plays on the team as well. We're getting some good workouts in, just kind of hanging out in the nighttime, and then just kind of staying busy at least.
Yeah. I hope you have the social distancing over there.
Of course.
Good. And for you watchers out there, if any of these questions and answers sound like they might be a little bit robotic, that's because we already recorded this and we already went through the whole thing, and Cranny forgot to press record, so this is take 2. But,
my bad.
Let's throw it over to you, Pax. What are you doing these days to stay busy and stay in shape?
Not doing too much, Hodge. Just staying home, staying healthy.
Good.
Trying to stay inside, but sometimes gotta go outside. I do some bike around Ottawa, and other than that, man, just watching Netflix, trying to find a job, and that's about it.
Attaboy. You got to make some money so you can pay rent next year, eh?
That's correct.
All right, Brassy, let's throw it down to you. What are you up to these days, farm boy, Brassy?
We've been repairing.
That's never good. Yeah, that's pretty fitting after I just mentioned Bratsy's a farm boy and he's got very little Wi-Fi out there on the farm.
That so I can stay active during this.
Hold on, Brad.
He was talking the whole time.
Bratsy,
we didn't hear a word you said, bud.
Oh, what? Did I pop out?
You were frozen, yeah. So that's
my bad. I've just been working at the house. We've been repairing the barn a little bit, and we got a shooting puck range in there, and a little gym that we've been working out in. So.
Oh, boy.
Nice. I was just telling everyone how because you're a farm boy, you don't got the best Wi-Fi over there, and that's why you keep freezing.
Yeah, it's not the best out here. So hopefully it stays together for us here.
Yeah. Well, let's maybe talk a little bit about the past for a minute, and I'll start with Pax up on the top left there. Pax, tell us, what's your favorite memory about maybe the Frontenacs or playing in Kingston in the past?
I think all of us had. We all played for that one team. It was, I guess, my third year, your fourth year, and we went to triple overtime in the playoffs, Game 5 against North Bay, I believe. And I think we were down, and then Sean Day tied it up with maybe 10 seconds left or whatever, and then we ended up scoring the triple overtime goal with Gabe Velarde, and then end up winning that series 4-1. But that was a pretty cool game to be a part of, and I think all of us played a big role. And that was probably my most memorable game in Kingston.
Yeah, that was a pretty crazy game, triple overtime. That doesn't happen too often. What about you, Cranny? What's your favorite memory as a Frontenac?
It's hard to beat that one right there. I mean, that's one that's going to stick it with you for life. I know a lot of guys on that team. We played a lot of minutes that game. I actually think I remember seeing Brad's puking on the bench. He played so much that night. But no, that was an unreal game. Being down going into the third, I think we were down 4-1 or something like that, and then we tied it up. Daisy scored, I don't know, like Pac said, 10 seconds left, and then to score that in triple overtime, that was pretty cool. So that's a memory that, you won't forget in your lifetime. But there wasn't too many like that for sure.
Yeah. What about you, Bratty? What's your favorite Frontenac memory?
There's definitely a few that come to mind. First off, I'd like to defend myself in saying I didn't actually puke that game. There was multiple other occasions where I may have, but in that triple overtime game, I kept it together. But for my favorite memory, I would just have to say that whole run was pretty special. We had a fun group that was pretty close. We were pretty old, not too many school guys, so we spent a lot of time together as a whole group. I would say just the third round where we had the social media coverage. They were following us around pregame with sewer and everything, and the interviews after the game, or press conferences, really. That was all pretty cool, and even like the pucks, they had the special Bobby Orr pucks. I know I still have a couple of those. So just that whole run, and then the conference finals was pretty cool.
I'll start with Bratty. Bratty, who's the best player you've ever played with?
Oof. I would say from that team, Gabe Velarde is pretty special. We played with Fogs, Kraus, McEwen, like all those guys were really good, but the kid this year blew me away. Shane Wright, he's quite the player. He will continue to be quite the player, and to have the opportunity with him, it was pretty cool. I know the boys are going to make fun of me for blowing him up, but it's worth it. He's pretty exceptional.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Cranny?
I gotta say, Hotch, you were up there on my list. I'm not gonna lie.
Appreciate that, man. Thanks.
No, I mean, I played pretty much with the same players as Brad's, except for Shaner there in the last years. Must have been pretty cool. But no, playing in my first year, we had a pretty good team. We played with guys like Del Cole, Fogel, Krauser, Roland McEwen, all guys who have NHL games under the belt right now. So, but yeah, again, Gabe Velarde was probably one of the best players that I played with, especially playing alongside him in my third year on that playoff run was pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, Pac, you got a bit of a different set of members of your teams that you've played with than those two, including some Team Canada members like Akil Thomas. Who do you think is the best player you've ever played with?
I've been fortunate to play with some really good players, but I think this guy, first year, I think Dal Cole was, I think the player that could literally like carry a game by himself. He'd go through guys and go 1-on-5 and score. I haven't seen that kind of talent in the league in a while, and I think Dal Cole was up there. I played with some great players who had over 100 points, but I think if we need a specific guy to make a play, I think he'd be the guy to go to, and he was pretty lethal down there.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go with. I think I got a 3-way tie for the best player. I'll start with the Kingston born and raised Gabe Velarde, who we all were lucky enough to play with. Scored that triple overtime goal and saved us all a long trip back to North Bay at 2 a.m. So he's definitely one of them. I'm also gonna have to say Robbie Fabry, who I played with in Guelph. He was a special player, put up a stupid amount of points in a very few amount of games because of injuries, and he could take 3-minute shifts and he'd still be able to score in the second 3 minutes, sorry. And then lastly, Ryan Merkley. I've never seen a guy have the vision that he's had, and he'd find a backdoor pass on every single power play.
Mhm.
So those are three pretty special players. So we've all spent a lot of time in Kingston. Granny and I were playing for Queens, obviously, and France before that. But both of you guys both played for France. So, what did you? We'll start with Pax. What's your favorite place in Kingston? Could be a restaurant, place, whatever. What's your favorite spot?
It's a good one, Hachi. I'm gonna have to. The bar is good here, but with I really like the Score Pizza. Right? Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
Square pizza.
good spot.
What?
It's a good spot.
Yeah, it's a good spot. I like that place a lot.
Yeah.
Good pizzas. I'm a big pizza fan, and I think that's one of my favorite spots in Kingston.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to say my favorite pizza spot's Wooden Head. I don't think
I'd
you
agree
can
with you
Wooden
there,
Head
Hodge.
I've never
for
had that.
Italian food. No?
No, have not.
Right down in the water there. Bratty, what's your favorite place in Kingston?
I would say Woodheads has got really good pizza, but I'm gonna go with Kingston Brewing Company. They got the smoker there. I go in there, get a pulled pork sandwich with 2 sides, and it's pretty good in there. It's just down the road from the Leon Center, so it's always a quick walk after the game.
Yeah. Cranny, how about you?
There's a couple spots in the hub that I enjoy. Some good spots there, but I'd say my favorite spot's got to be either Wooden Heads or Jack's Rooftop in the summertime. It's a good scenery and some good food.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. I didn't actually mean that question to be all restaurant based. I was expecting you guys to say that the Leon Center, or maybe the Pier or something.
I was gonna say the Pier's a good spot. Yeah.
Yeah, the Pier has got to be one of the best spots in all of Ontario, I think. But yeah, so maybe let's talk a little bit about more individual based. We got 2 new guys coming to the team next year, and Pax and Bratsy. Bratsy, what are you most excited about coming to Queens for?
Oh, I think it'd be fun to reunite with you boys. I know we had a lot of good memories and probably a couple battles, Cranny.
Couple battles in the carpool on the way to the rink, eh?
With Bonesy igniting them, but I think obviously I saw a little bit from the outside looking in, but you guys look like a pretty close knit team, and I think you guys have a lot of fun. But I think school will be interesting to kind of get going again. But I think I'm looking forward to just playing on a close knit team like that again.
What about you, Pax? What are you most excited for?
I'm just excited to get things started. I've been in 3 different cities, and they have 3 different universities, and I think Queens is the coolest one. It's obviously not why I chose it. The education is really high, and as well as the team. I like the class we brought in. I think we have a lot of good young talent, and I think we're gonna have a good shot of winning that cup again.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm most excited for. Is that we got a really good recruiting class coming in next year. So I'm excited to see what you guys can do, and hopefully we can all win ourselves a championship this year.
Yep.
So, all right. Now we got 2 returning players, and Cranny and I. So, Cranny, what was your favorite memory from your first year?
Oh man, a lot of good memories this year for sure. But I'd say the one thing that I really enjoyed the most was the fact that our team is so close knit that we get along with every single guy on our team. We're always doing things together. It's always enjoyable to show up to the rink. And when it comes to game time, we're all ready to go to battle for each other. So I think the fact that we are so close as a team can really help us. And I think with the recruiting class that we got this year, especially with these 2, I think we're going to be better than ever next year. So that's what I'm really looking forward to. But as my favorite memory, I think it's just spending time with the guys. It's been a real good year so far.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you there. I think my favorite memories are all ones spent outside of the classroom. So just being with the boys. I love being in the dressing room before games with the boys and playing football. One
good memory though, I'm pretty sure you can attest to this, was hosting that trophy for Car Harris.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That game playing in front of that many fans at the Leon Center, And playing against a lot of very passionate RMC players with their passionate fans in the crowd, and being able to win that game in such dramatic fashion. That was a lot of fun, especially being in the old barn, eh, Cranny?
I was gonna say it was pretty cool to get back in that barn after a full year away from it, but no, that's something that you guys got. You can look forward to next year for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Well, maybe we'll cap it off with we'll keep with the common theme that Mason Gibby started. So one last question. I'll start with Cranny. One word that comes to mind when I say this.
All right,
Graham Brown.
Give me 2 claps and a Ric Flair.
Woo!
That's not one word, but
That's fine. Honestly, if you want to put it into one word, he's got a really good woo. I'll tell you that.
He does have a good woo. Good woo. Graham Brown is an awesome guy. He's played for Queens for 4 years now, and he's coming back for a 5th next year. And he's actually going to be moving in with Cranny and I. So we're pumped to have him. And Cranny said it great. One word for Graham Brown is just electric. Great guy, great player, great teammate, and I think great student. I don't really know if he's a great student, but we'll call him a great student. But what about you guys? Either of you guys know Brownie?
Brownie was my first D partner in the O.
Wow. Okay, there's a connection. Nice.
Yeah.
Tell us about him.
Well, he was great for me when I was a younger player. He really showed me some of the ropes. We were in Guelph one time. It was my first ever 3-and-3 where I played all 3, and I was having a rough one for sure. And came around the net, and we were kind of running a reverse, but he was still on the strong side of the net, and I ripped one right off his foot. And well, he definitely showed me that I couldn't do that. He was pretty mad at me, so that was a pretty funny story. But it was definitely good to learn. It kind of woke me up, and I got through the rest of the game. So that's my Brownie memory.
Yeah. What about you, Pax? Do you know Graham Brown?
Yeah, we played with him our first year. From what I remember, he's a great guy. He's obviously a good leader. I remember he knew exactly what his role was for our team, and yeah.
All right, I actually got one more question for you too. Besides Cranny and I'll start with Brad. Who's the one guy on the team that you're most looking forward to either meeting or getting to play with?
I gotta go Sandy. Met him a couple times through a little restaurant down in the hub area, and he seems like a great guy. He's the leader, so I look forward to working with him.
Yeah, you couldn't have said it better. Pax, different answer out of you. Who do you think?
I actually don't know much of the guys. I know a lot of names. I mean, I'm excited to meet a lot of people. I mean, everyone, but I don't really have a certain guy. But if you want me to throw on the bus and pick a name, I'll just have to go with, I guess, Khan seems like a good guy. I don't know. From what I've seen, I don't really know anyone, but he seems cool.
Yeah, Connor's a great guy. Connor, when we were playing in the Oak, Connor was probably my least favorite guy ever. Him and I just always hated each other. We were rivals when I played for Guelph and he played for Kitchener. And then when I got traded to Kingston, he got traded to Oshawa. We were rivals again, and we just always hated each other. And now we're great buddies on Queens, and he's an awesome dude. So yeah, you guys should definitely look forward to meeting him and the rest of the boys. We got an awesome group of guys, and we've added some more awesome guys this year with you guys and the rest of the recruits. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm pumped to get back to Kingston and playing hockey again.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait to get started.
All right, well, it was great chatting with you guys.
Yeah, it's good to catch up.
Good stuff, boys, eh?
Oh, yeah.
All right, fellas. Well, good one. We'll talk to you guys soon.
All right. See you, boys.
Sounds good.
See you, boys.